This video is for people that may move some of their money from the more growth orientated, the share market exposure, into more conservative investments within their super or their investment portfolios. So those that have done that, or for those that are thinking about doing that. So if you're going to go through and make that decision to make that move and you've already done it or thinking about it, you now need to make a second decision. So you've clearly made that move because you're nervous about what the future might hold, the uncertainty that we're seeing with tariffs. Trump's obviously just paused the whole thing and the markets tear away. But it leaves you in a position where you need to make a second decision. You've made one decision to move, or you're thinking of doing it. You now need, if you do that, you now need to make a second decision. And that is, when do you buy back in? Now, the second decision's, for the strategy to work, to say, right, I'm going to be out and then I've got to go back in at some stage, you're actually going to have to feel emotionally, from an investor psychology point of view, a hell of a lot worse than you did when you've actually made the move from growth from the share market to conservative assets. So for it to work, the markets need to go down further, which means you'll have to feel considerably worse than what you did when you made the first decision. So the best buying will be when the share market is at its worst, when people feel the worst, the market is down by 30 or 40%. What we've seen recent times is volatile, extreme volatility, but the markets could do far worse than this. The markets have been very buoyant up to all-time highs for the last 2 years. The cherry is definitely off the top, but if you had made that move, at some stage you're going to need to make a move back into the market. Otherwise, if you leave it in cash, inflation's going to eat its head off. It's going to reduce the purchasing power of your money. So just know that has to be another decision, and from a psychological point of view, to make that decision at the right time, you'll be doing it at a far worse time, when the buying is best, when people feel the worst. Please understand this is general advice only, but I hope it helps. And yeah, stay calm, make great decisions when the market's at its worst. Cheers.